Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This video is brought to you by Edullect Academy. Ahsanul Qawaid sessions are delivered by Ustadh Shah. Please like, subscribe and share.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wa salatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallam. All praise and thanks belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we send our abundant salutations and prayers upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So alhamdulillah, we've now progressed to lesson number 10. In this session, I'm going to focus on lesson 10 and 11 together because they contain the harakat or the vowels that are closely linked together, and it's much easier to be able to study them together, and they're relatively short anyway. So I hope that's going to be beneficial. So in lesson number 10 in particular, we're going to be looking at the standing fatha. The term standing fatha is actually also referred to as the dagger alif, because of the fact that you've got that symbol on top of the letter. So that is known as the dagger alif. Now, it's the Arabic term is alif khanjariya. Alif khanjariya is the term that's used in order to refer to this alif. Now, it's basically an alif that is standing. The one that we're going to, so the other alifs that we're going to look at, just to give you the heads up, in lesson 11, we're going to look at the alif khanjariya, which is the kasra. So you have the alif khanjariya, which is the dagger alif, which is standing, which is a fatha, and you also have a kasra. And then you have a reverse dhamma, and the reverse dhamma is where you make the oo sound and you stretch it 2 harakats long or 2 beats long. The standing kasra or dagger kasra, you make 2 harakats long or 2 beats long, and it makes the e sound, and the fatha makes the sound, so 2 harakats. Now the dagger alif or the standing fatha, fatha khanjariya, is identical to the session that we've studied in the previous session, lesson number 9. So where you have an alif immediately after a letter and it has no harakats on it, then you stretch it 2 beats. The standing fatha or dagger fatha is identical to that. So if you have a look here, it's if you have a standing or dagger fatha on the alif, it will be a, on the ba, ta, ja, ha, kha, dha, sa, sha, sa, dha, a, fa, qa, la, ma, wa, ya. So it's identical to the way we recited the alif joined to a letter. So let's move on to the exercise, because then you'll be able to get a full gist and also practice the alif khanjariya or the dagger fatha. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So the first one is ala. I'm not going to spell this because it's a mouthful. It's not necessary. You simply need to know and identify that it's a it's a dagger fatha, and therefore you stretch it 2 harakats. Okay, ala. Repeat after me. Ala. Again. Ala. Next. Adama. Again. Adama. One more time. Adama. Next. Amana. One more time. Amana. Last time. Amana. And then next word. Dhalika. 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 Next word. Athara. Athara. Repeat again. Athara. Akhara. Again. Akhara. Last time. Akhara. Next word. Salamun. Again. Salamun. One more time. Salamun. Next. Halalan. One more time. Halalan. And the final. Halalan. Ma'aban. Now this, you need to be able to identify as an alif. If it was a lam, then you will have a line joining into the ba. And since it doesn't join into the ba, then after the mim, this letter is an alif. So that's why we recite it as ah. Okay? So ma'aban. Repeat after me again one more time. Ma'aban. Next. Kitabun. Again. Kitabun. One final time. Kitabun. Mihadan. Again. Mihadan. One final time. Mihadan. Ilaha. 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 And the next. Ayati. Notice that it's got the dagger fatha or alif khanjariya on two. So you stretch both of them. Ayati. One more time. Ayati. MashaAllah. Next word. Athari. One more time. Athari. One final time. Athari. Next. Khalatika. Again. Khalatika. One more time. Khalatika. Next word. Risalati. Notice I'm not holding the ri because I want to move straight to the sin. Otherwise, the ri would appear as if I'm introducing a standing or a dagger kasra there. And we don't want to do that. So you don't want to hold on to the ri for too long. So you say risalati. One more time. Risalati. Next. Kalimatin. One more time. Kalimatin. One more time. Kalimatin. And then next word. Qanitatun. 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 One more time. Qanitatun. Next word. Hafizatun. Hafizatun. Again, repeat after me. Hafizatun. MashaAllah. Next. Samawatin. 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 MashaAllah. Kashifatu. 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 Alhamdulillah. So I'd like you to make sure that you are familiar with the dagger alif or alif khanjariya so that you're able to recite that as soon as you see that in the same manner. Stretch it 2 harakats or 2 beats or 2 seconds long, inshallah. Moving on to lesson number 11, we're going to look at two types of vowels here. So one is the one where you have the alif actually is at the bottom and therefore it becomes a kasra, standing kasra or dagger kasra, and then you've got the dhamma which is upside down. Okay, so this is the normal dhamma, woo, oo, hu. But when this dhamma is upside down and written in this form, then it's woo, oo, who. In the same way, if you've got a kasra written like this at the bottom, which is the dagger or standing kasra, you'll say e, he, ye. In the same way as we've practiced the fatha where we say a, ha, ya, and so on. Okay, so let's go straight to the exercise and see how that is applied in a word. So repeat after me. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ilafi. Again. Ilafi. One more time. Ilafi. MashaAllah. Next. Hadihi. Note how I've said the he, stretch the he with alongside the ha as well. Hadihi. I'm not stretching the dal. Okay. Hadihi. MashaAllah. One more time. هذه ما شاء الله آياته. One more time. آياته. I'm stretching the alif, ya, and ha. Okay? One more time. آياته. ما شاء الله. Next word. بيده. Again. بيده. So the ha has the standing or dagger kasra. So we make that 2 harakats long, 2 beats long. Biyadihi. Next. Sahibatihi. Now note, I've got sad alif here, and therefore I need to make that 2 harakats long. Sahibatihi. Okay? Again. Sahibatihi. One more time. Sahibatihi. MashaAllah. Now it's the reverse dhamma. So we make 2 harakats long on that. And this is how you do it. Repeat after me. Yarahu. Again. Yarahu. One more time. Yarahu. Next. Wuriya. Again. Wuriya. Now here, make sure that you don't say oo, wa. You say the wa, okay? Sound. Wuriya. One more time. Wuriya. Next. Kitabahu. One more time. Kitabahu. Here, ta and ha are long, okay? One more time. Kitabahu. Ghawuna. Again, ghain alif, fatha gha, waw, reverse dhamma woo, nun fatha na. Ghawuna. Okay, one more time. Ghawuna. Next. Dawuda. Dal alif, fatha da. Okay. Waw, reverse dhamma woo. Okay. So both are long. Dal at the end isn't long. So it's Dawuda. One more time. Dawuda. Alhamdulillah. So that completes the lesson 10 and lesson 11 exercises where we looked at the dagger alif, and then we looked at the dagger kasra, and we looked at the reverse dhamma. All when they appear in a letter, we have to stretch the letter 2 harakats or 2 beats or 2 seconds long. It's approximation. So I hope you've been able to familiarize yourself on how to apply these harakats when they appear on the letters. So please practice all these 3 forms of vowels because as you progress, you'll need to be very familiar with them, because now they're going to appear in our recitation very often, because we are now going to begin to look at reciting with the various harakats that we've looked at so far. So the letters might become slightly longer, so you need to be very familiar with how to recite them. If, say, for example, you have difficulty in identifying how it's recited, then spell it out. Spell the word out, letter by letter, and that will really help. As we progress, as I said before, I won't be spelling everything out. And in particular, as we move forward, I won't be spelling out, simply because we need to now gradually transition between spelling it out and being able to spell out in our head, but actually we're reciting it. So we're spelling it in our head, but we're reciting it fluently, alhamdulillah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq, and may He give you and me the ability to be able to continue with the sessions that are yet to come. I hope you're enjoying them. I'm thoroughly enjoying them, and I hope by the end of the sessions you will become a lot more confident and comfortable. Please do review the sections and the videos that you want to familiarize yourself more or become more proficient in them, but make sure that every day you're doing some. These videos are relatively short, so you should be able to, on the move, on the go, in the home, you should be able to review them, inshallah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you in the best of health and best of iman. Until next time, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We hope you benefited from this video. Please like, subscribe and share so that you too can be rewarded for the work that we do.